Right, time to take a look at what's grabbing headlines here in France. And I'm joined in the studio by Florence Villeminot.
Hey, Rachel.
Hello, good to see you.
Good to see you.
We're going to have a look. We're going to start with a word on politics. Papers are continuing to react to that alliance in the centre between François Bayrou and from the MoDem party and Emmanuel Macron from the Marche movement.
That's right. They made it official over lunch yesterday, and you can read more about it in Le Figaro, which says that François Bayrou and Emmanuel Macron are celebrating their political honeymoon. Now, this is a very important alliance in the center between François Bayrou, who, remember, is a very experienced politician from the center, and this relative newcomer who's kind of the superstar right now, Emmanuel Macron. There is a new dynamic energy that a lot of papers are quite excited about. Let's take a look at the front page of La Croix, the Catholic paper. They're talking about this new dynamic energy in the center. You can see that new compass. It seems like the weather is taking a new change, that French politics is taking a new direction, according to La Croix. This alliance between Bayrou and Macron could actually foster a complete reshuffle of French politics. So they're quite excited by this change.
This is really the veteran sort of taking the newcomer under his wing. Well, other papers are less enthusiastic by this alliance, among them the pro-business paper L'Opinion.
That's right. Bear in mind, L'Opinion is not a big fan of Emmanuel Macron. They think that he's kind of an empty shell, a bunch of hot air, essentially. Now, they're focusing on one thing that Macron and Bayrou have said, and that's that they want to bring morality back into French politics, essentially good ethics. So you can see L'Opinion is wondering, is morality, is that the deadly weapon of this election? And they point out that that strategy has not really been a winning strategy in the past, but it does seem in phase with what voters want. And you can see this cartoon on the front page, which I guess suggests that L'Opinion doesn't really buy this. You can see they're depicting Bayrou there as Jiminy Cricket, worse for the wear. You can see his kind of ragtag outfit there. And he's trying to teach Macron, Pinocchio, a lesson about conscience. So you can see not the best depiction there of Macron.
Macron has often been criticised for not having an actual platform to run on, but today he outlines his economic programme in an interview with the business paper Les Echos.
That's right. He's just starting to outline his presidential project, starting with his strong suit, the economy. Of course, he's the former economy minister, so he really dishes about what he plans to do about taxes, about labor reform, etc. For instance, he wants to cut public spending by 60 billion euros, but he also wants to invest 50 billion euros in a new growth model. He also wants to cut 120 public sector jobs, and he wants to reform the unemployment benefit system, which is quite generous here. What's interesting is he wants to actually make it larger, but require more obligations from job seekers. So if you want more details about his program, do check out Les Echos today. It's quite an interesting first look at his economic program.
Okay, well, let's move on to another big story in the press today. The Salon de l'Agriculture, the Paris International Agricultural Show, is kicking off tomorrow. The yearly farming fair is one of the most popular cultural events in Paris.
It's a big deal in Paris,
isn't it?
And it's a big deal in France. And it's really interesting. There's a lot of regional pride going on today because a lot of farm animals are coming to Paris from around France. You can see this is the front page of Le Progrès de Fécamp. That's a paper from Normandy. Normandy is arriving in force in Paris. So the Salon de l'Agriculture is nicknamed France's biggest farm, and it is huge. You have about 4,000 farm animals in Paris over a 9-day period. It's great. It's kind of like a petting zoo meets
smelly,
a farm.
though.
It's smelly, but you can taste all sorts of great things. It's wonderful.
True.
Now, that you really have France's finest, cows, of course. You pigs, ducks, horses, sheep, cows. Oh, I said cows already. You have dogs, cats. You have every single kind of farm animal. And as I said, lots of regional pride. You can take a look at the front page of La Nouvelle République. That's a paper from the Pyrenees. If we take a look, you can see they're talking about the crème de la crème in terms of farming is heading to Paris.
Okay, well, one animal in particular is going to be in the spotlight, and that's the mascot of the 54th edition of this fair.
Another cow, I must say. I mentioned cows. Well, let's take a look. Her name is Fine. Fine means thin in French, so it's a great name for this massive cow. A 60-year-old cow. You can see her on the poster here of the official poster of the fair. Now, she is a Breton Pinot,
yeah.
which is a breed of cows from Brittany. So let's take a look at a
She's a
paper.
beauty.
She's quite cute, isn't she? Well, she's on the front page of Presse Océan, which is a paper from Brittany. Lots of pride there. You can see her getting a hug from her owner there. La mascotte, l'égérie du salon, so the mascot. If you want to know more about the Salon de l'Agriculture, do check out French Connections this week. I'll give you an in-depth look at everything that goes on at that salon and farming in general.
Well, I certainly will be taking a look at that, Flo. Now, the Farming Fair isn't the only big cultural event on right now. Tonight is the big French Cinema Awards, Les Césars.
That's
the
right.
French version of the Oscars,
The French Oscars,
Right.
exactly. It's the 42nd edition of Les Césars. You can read all about it here in Aujourd'hui en France. 130 professionals from the cinema world are nominated for their award, and 6 of them tell Le Parisien how they've prepared for the ceremony, and eventually how they've prepared if they win. So you can see, for instance, the guy in the top there, that's Pierre Deladonchamp. He's nominated for Best Actor. He says he hasn't prepared anything because last time he prepared a speech, he lost. Now, just under him is a guy named Corentin Fila. He's nominated for Best Espoir, Most Promising Actor. He did prepare something because I don't want to be caught improvising, saying things like cool, etc. So best of luck to them all.
Good luck indeed. Thanks very much for that, Flo. Stay with us here on Live from Paris. More news in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away.